Namaskara UVCE. Welcome back to UVCE Chronicles by UVCE Graduates Association. In today's episode, we have Major General P.S. Neelakantappa of 1963 Electrical Batch with us. Sir, could you give us a brief introduction about yourself?
Well, I graduated from this college. When I was in the final year, an army team had come. They gave a lecture in April before our exam. They started this UVCE graduates entry scheme that time. That was the first time they introduced. After 1962 war, they needed badly large number of engineering graduates. So they offered pay from the same day. That was somewhere around 10th or 12th of April before our exam. They said they will conduct a preliminary test of us, and if we are selected, they will pay straight away an officer's pay from that day. And I should subsequently pass the exam, final year, and I should qualify in the service selection board. So I volunteered and I got selected in the preliminary test. Then I finished my exam and went home. That was in Sagar, near Jog Falls. So subsequently I got a call in the month of April, not April, in the month of May for the service selection board. I came all the way from there and attended 5 days service selection board, and I got selected. Out of 37 of us, 3 of us had been selected, and subsequently I went to another 1 week of medical examination. Then I went home. But I had not told my parents that I had come for this selection of service selection board as an army officer. However, I waited for the result. On the moment the results came, I disclosed that I had been selected in the army, and I had to send my mass card and they would be calling me immediately. They had no objection. So I came to Bangalore the moment the results came, collected my mass card, provisional mass card, sent it to army headquarters. They straight away called me to join on 25th of July. So results came in June end. July 25th I was in the Indian Military Academy, Dehradun, for training. The training finished off on 9th of February and I got commissioned 9th of February. After my commission I was sent to EMI School, Baroda for technical training. For 4.5 months I was there. Then from there I went to posting to Sikkim. While in Sikkim, initially I was posted in a place called Algara, which is about 7,500 feet above sea level. While I was there, in between I went on a temporary duty to Natu La. I was there next to Natu La. There is a place called Gangtok, which is at about 15,500 feet above sea level, high altitude. Spent 3 months there. Then I spent some time in Gangtok also. Then I spent some time in North Sikkim also. From there, I got a posting temporarily to Agra. That is independent parafield workshop, which is in the para brigade. But that time they are normally located in Agra, but this was located in Rann of Kutch, just below Karachi. And during that time, 1 month, the war was going on between India and Pakistan, 65 war. So I participated in the active participation in the forward area. Then the ceasefire took place in law. Then I was posted from there to Mizoram. I went to Mizoram. In Mizoram, I was there another about 7-8 months. Then I got posted to AC School, Bareilly. AC School, Bareilly, I was an instructor teaching AC officers about maintenance of the vehicle. Maintenance, and also to make them understand how all different parts of the vehicle function, like engine, compression engine, sparking ignition engine, then you got this fuel injection pump, carburetor, differential. Everything we used to teach them, and we also used to teach them what is the requirement of maintenance and all, because the AC holds a large number of feet of vehicle. I was there for about 3 years. From there, I went on promotion as a major to Ahmedabad, to 11th Enemy Battalion. While I was in the Ahmedabad 11th Enemy Battalion, they were preparing for the war against Pakistan. We used to go frequently to Barmer for exercise. Go and spend 1 to 2 months at a time, both during summer and winter, so that we get well acclimatized in operating in the desert, including movement of vehicles. It is very difficult to move them in the sand dunes. Then, before the war in 1971, I was posted to Poonch in Kashmir. That is the dead end. When you go from Pathankot, Jammu, along the line of control, you go to a place called Aknur, Naushara, then you go to Rajouri, Bimbergali, and then you reach Poonch. So I was there for 3 years, but when I was in Poonch, the 71 operations took place when the Pakistan attacked Poonch on 3rd December 1971. And after attacking Poonch, then they declared that the Poonch has been captured, but they could not capture. They suffered heavy casualties, nearly about 500 to 600 people they died, but they could not capture. We were bombed by aircrafts and we were being shelled heavily by the Pakistan army because within close range. And the bargain, I lost 4 of my men. 2 chaps got injured very badly right next to me when the shell came and fell. I was lucky, I didn't get injured. But anyway, after the shelling stopped, then I picked up the injured chap, took him in my vehicle all the way to the hospital, but he couldn't survive. After my tenure in the Poonch, we lived in 6 feet by 6 feet bunker for more than 2 years there. Till the Simla agreement took place, we could not withdraw back into the permanent location. I was living 6 feet by 6 feet bunker and a small toilet of 3 feet by 3 feet, all in the earth dug in. So that was so. Then in 73, I was posted to Army Headquarters, Delhi. So I was in Delhi for 3 years. I was doing transfers of officers and detailing of officers and courses. After 3 years there, then again I was posted to Kashmir, to a place called Durgumula, that is near Kupwara. You might have heard about this bombing took place from India on their terrorist camp, when the aircraft also had one of our aircraft. That aircraft flight also took place near Poonch. 2 events took place. We bombed near that place from Kupwara. You go there in the border. It's very close to the border. There. So I spent 3 years there, full 3 years in Kashmir. So total I served in Kashmir for 6 years. From there I was posted to Secunderabad. I was in Secunderabad for about 7-8 months, but I had a mishap. My younger brother was a doctor, died in 79. So I had requested for a posting to Bangalore to settle his family and all. They obliged, and then they were posted to Bangalore. While in Bangalore, I was posted in 515 Army Base Workshop for about 6-7 months. And then I got a promotion. Then I went as Officer Commander of the Station Workshop, Bangalore. I stayed there till 83. 83, I went to Secunderabad on posting. Not posting exactly. I went on a course, 1-year course, on this electronics course. I finished the course. Then I was posted to 509 Army Base Workshop in Agra. Agra, I spent 1 year as an Adam officer. From there, I was promoted and sent to the 39th Enemy Battalion. I commanded 39th Enemy Battalion, 639 Enemy Battalion. I commanded that for 1 year. From there, I was picked up by General Sundarji, who was the Chief of Army Staff that time. That is in 86. He picked me up to function directly under him. I worked there as a Director Complaints Advisory Board, directly under General Sundarji, who was the Chief of Army Staff for 2 years. From Army Headquarters, then I went on study leave for 2 years. I came to Bangalore. After study leave, then I was promoted as a brigadier. I went to Guwahati, in Assam. I was commanding one advanced base workshop for 2 years. From one advanced base workshop, then again I got posted to Delhi to W Directorate as DDG W Directorate. You was a brigadier. I was in Weapons and Equipment Directorate in the Army Headquarters. And Weapons and Equipment Directorate is the one who puts a demand of the user requirement, the QR, qualitative requirements. Either we used to get it done by the R&D, or if it is not available, then we used to go to trade either in India or abroad. So there, all these QRs are given to the supplier, and we will get the thing tried out by the user. That if a gun is being, like for example, a kho-kho gun, they all tried out by a unit. Normally, user unit will be given those guns, and they will try it out for about 6 months to 1 year, and they send a report with EME, maintenance people, DGQA, who are the inspection people, R&D people. All of them will give their input, and it comes to the formations, like comes to the brigade commander, then corps commander, army commander. It comes to W direction. We process it, and we give the details of all the weapons and equipment, send it to the Chief of Army Staff, and if approved, whatever is approved, send it to Ministry of Defence for approval so that you can go ahead and procure it. After 3 years there, 92 to 95 I was there. From there I went to Calcutta as MGME and promotion. That was my last posting. I was there as an MGME, that is Maj General EME, who was responsible for the maintenance of the entire Eastern Command. That is all the Northeast, West Bengal, Assam, everything gets covered. So this whole eastern part is covered. There, the maintenance of all the equipment is to be done by EME. So I had to advise and follow it up with my units. So I used to frequently visit all parts of this Eastern Command, like Manipur, Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Assam, Tezpur, everything. I used to go every month. I used to make a trip. So that was my last tenure in the army, and I retired from there in 97. When I retired, some owner of a cement industry came to me and requested me to run their factory. I went to Ranchi for 3 years. I was the managing director of a cement factory there for 3 years. After successful tenure there, then I moved to Bangalore permanently and then settled down in Bangalore.
So that's quite adventurous life you have lived. So, like you said before, that you have been involved
Twice, 65 and 71.
So how does it feel to be in a place where you never know whether you'll live to see the next moment?
Oh, you all are prepared, well prepared, the preparation for the wars are done. And all, you see, there is a peace establishment, there is a war establishment. Like you got sub-area, go to supply depot, they are all peace establishments. But all battalions, brigade, they are all war establishments. Even if they are located here, the moment the war is there, you move to the front area. So what is the job of a war establishment? They keep preparing, they go on exercise, mock drills, everything you do. Say how quickly you can move. Some notice comes, a war establishment should be able to move within few hours. You got a load table for all equipment and number of men. How many 3 tons is required, how many 1 ton is required, what kind of, all those things. Some vehicles are authorized in unit, but extra vehicles, how many you need. So you make a load table and then you are all you prepare for the war well in advance. But with all this preparation, nothing like your war experience. Once you take part in the war, then you know exactly what happens, how all the shells will fall, bombing the aircraft, enemy coming and attacking you and everything. You get an excellent experience. Of course, whether you survive or not survive, it's your good luck.
So that's quite scary.
Oh, scare is there. See, after all, the army people are trained throughout the year, not overnight. Every month you have a Sainik Sammelan. It is the job of the officer to prepare the men. So you keep on brainwashing them, in such manner. It is something like a jihadi. Jihadis are prepared mentally. They don't bother. They won't put a bomb on themselves and explode. Here it is something like that. You brainwash him because you talk to him. Every Jawan, when he goes on leave, you see him before going on leave. Every time he comes back from leave, you see him. Talk to him, find out what is happening around him. Every man in the hospital is being looked up by duty officer and duty JCO every day. Someone is sent there to look him up, find out what is the state of affairs and all. And then any problems Jawan has got at home, you attend to it. So you keep on creating, and then in Chinese American you tell them what is happening around the country and what new things are in the army and all. It's throughout the period, you are all the time brainwashing you and preparing. So you remove that fear. Fear will be there to some extent, but see, for example, infantry battalion, it has to go in for an attack. They are well prepared, and invariably an officer will lead, a battalion commander will lead the attack. So there is no question of anyone running away against it. Fear is there, you can't help it, you have to face it. When you go to attack, obviously that chap is sitting in the bunker and is firing at you. So you do go mentally make up. There is a question of izzat, the respect of the unit, makes that kind of a thing is inbuilt into their mind. So when an order is passed, there are no doubts or disputes or anything in the minds of the troops. This is what an officer's job is, to prepare his men so that reflexes are immediate for all the orders.
Yes, sir. This brainwashing, it has started in the academy itself. My friend who is in the academy, he just came back during the term break. He was telling me how strict their schedule is and like how they try to tell them about things happening in Indian Army. So, how was your experience in the academy?
Academy was okay. I was good. Though I was from engineering college, we had some boys along with me who were from NDA. They had already done 3 years of training there in the Pune. So they had done all kinds of PT, drill, they don't know. They used to call the technical graduates as technical dopes because most of the engineering graduates who go there in the army, they would not be so physically fit compared to those chaps. 3 years of already they have done so much. So they know quite a bit of physically them. But in my case, I was lucky because I was a tough chap. I was a ruffian. I used to play kabaddi, I used to play kho-kho, and in fact, in the hostel when the wrestling match took place, I won against a chap who was much more bigger in size and strong. So, and another factor was that right from our childhood, we went to school and came home for lunch and went back. Everything walking. I never had a cycle. Right from the beginning till the college, even here, when the hostel used to come, go back for lunch and come back. So walking had made me quite a strong person. So physically I was quite tough as compared to NDA chaps also. They used to wander around, who is this technical dope who has come here, who is ahead of us. Then they accepted, okay, he is a tough guy. Mentally they accepted it. So it was tough. In winters, you find it difficult to use your hand to tie your boot lace. It's so cold. Summers are very severe. So there you sweat like a pig. It's a part of it. You get acclimatized nicely. This is nothing actually. So initially I am in the military academy, training I went through, but subsequently I volunteered to do a course in commando course. That was in 1968. I was in Bareilly. I was a captain. I was not obliged to do this course. But it's not compulsory for the EME. I volunteered. Whereas for the infantry, the commando course is compulsory. When I went to the commando course, I still, under about 15 days, I well prepared. I went to Jart Regimental Center, which was there. So I caught hold of a PT instructor. I told him. So I used to go for a 10 kilometers run, come back, and then I used to tell him, he put me through exercise so that I can. So he would make me do all exercise, beyond which that I cannot do anything. Then he used to throw medicine balls. There's a ball is there, they throw it at you and you hold it and throw it back. So about 10-15 days I trained, and then I went for commando course. So in commando course I found that I was, compared to others, I was very fit. And there, on the end of the first week, you have to do 20 kilometers speed march. You have to carry 35 kgs of weight on your body. All this, your backpack and side pack and water bottle and a rifle. All this is put together is about 35 kgs. And for every 9 people, one group they make, they'll give you an LMG also. That group has to take an LMG, which is 5 kg extra than the normal rifle. So 20 kilometers speed march. What happened was, we all said, okay, we'll take it for 2 kilometers. So it will be 18 kilometers, it will be okay. We had planned. But when we all took off, they could never catch up with me because I was so much ahead. So I stood first in 20 kilometers. Then for the next kilometer, next speed march was 26 kilometers next week. Then they said, we better carry it first, we will not be able to give you. So I carried it, but what happened? I could not hand it over to any other chap because no one caught up with me. I was leading all the time. So like that, 26 kilometers, 32 kilometers, 40 kilometers. In all 3 of them, I carried the LMG for my group. So they were also happy. Despite carrying an 5 kg extra, I still came first in all the speed marches. And they graded me qualified fit to be instructor and recommended me to the instructor in the commando wing for training the commando people. But I was not posted subsequently. So physical fitness wise, even after that, then I used to play a lot of squash. Squash was my favorite game. So that also you need a lot of stamina. I used to play 6 to 8 games at a time. So that kept me going all along. Till I was 50, I played squash. Then when I was 50, then I had a little bit of a knee pain when I was sitting for a puja and all in the mandir, unit mandir. When I went to the doctor, he said, you throw your squash racket, your knee is already 70 years old now. If you further play, it will be completely destroyed. So I stopped. I took up to walking and swimming. I do a lot of swimming. We had facilities for swimming and all. International standard swimming pools are there. So I used to do anyway 2 to 3 kilometers of swimming I used to do. So kept myself physically fit all around.
So you basically were a one-man army carrying an entire LMG and leading the group. So what were some of your best and worst experiences in the army?
Best was when I did this commando course, I felt cheeky. I'm as good as an infantry chap, used to war even better than that chap. Given an opportunity, I'll be able to fight better than him. That kind of an experience I felt. Even when I did there's a course called Officers Radio Equipment Course, which they sent me in 1970, 4.5 months. I did very well. I got A grading, with more than 70% marks, 70-75% marks. When we learned all about the radio sets, how they function, how the transmission is done, how the reception is done, all the entire that radio set circuit from the time you receive it, the RF signal to audio signal. Similarly, when you speak, the audio signal is picked up and how everything functions. So we learned it very nicely. I felt very happy that not so much of the things I learned in the engineering. Engineering college, what happened was, in the electrical engineering, you used to have one subject of electronics. So we knew basic things like an amplifier. The 2 valves. There were no transistors in our time. Transistors had not come at that time. So it was all in the valve, then class A, class B, class C amplifier, then oscillators, we taught them. But when I went to army, then I found the radio. We still had, initially when I went, we had the wall sets of Second World War building. Later on, we do the transistor version. Then everything is microchip. So the electronic equipment which is in the army is highly advanced now. We have particularly electronic warfare equipment is there. None of the civil industry will have that kind of a sophisticated equipment. Radars, that way. In the army, the amount of advancement which is taking place from walls to so much is something phenomenal.
Sir, you knew Field Marshal Cariappa.
I know him very well because it so happened I had not served under him. By the time I joined, he had already retired. He retired somewhere around 51, 52 or 53 that time. He was living in Coorg. So every time he came to Bangalore, he used to stay in the AC officer's mess, which is close to station workshop. And he had an imported car with him. So he would not move around much. So every time he would have to come from Coorg, the Sabari command will ring up, send someone to see that he is accompanied by. So I would send a vehicle mechanic and an electrician, something like that. So they'll go and battery would not have been charged. They'll get the battery charged and everything, check the quality. And they would come with him. And when he goes back, they used to accompany him and leave him. It so happened once when he was coming, that was somewhere around 81, 82. I used to meet him quite often. So, he was wanting to drive himself. By 81, he was already, he retired in somewhere around 51, 52. So, 81 means he had another 30 years. He was already 80 plus, 80 almost nearly. But he insisted he would drive. Once he was driving the vehicle from there, the chaps told me that they were dead scared of his driving because at this age. Then, when he came to Mysore, they were passing through, the vehicle hit some cycle or something like that. So everyone came. They didn't know that he was Field Marshal Cariappa. Then they somehow told them that he was killed. Then from there, they understood and then let him off. Then he went to palace to stay with the old Maharaja's guest. Then when he came to Bangalore, when he was going through, his vehicle hit a Sudha Major's scooter. So, anyway, I got that scooter done up and all. So, Sudha Major knew Cariappa, he didn't go to police, nothing happened. He didn't, only the vehicle was slightly damaged. So, subsequently, when he used to go back, I told Sabari commander, please, I am not going to let him go in the vehicle. Please arrange some other vehicle. My chaps will take the vehicle and leave it and come back. These are all the episodes which are taking place. So, one day before going, the vehicle has been done up, he rang me up. Yes, it's perfectly all right. He wanted to come and take it. Okay, come. He took a trial. I went along with him. And next day morning he was to go. I had already tied up with the Sabari commander. Then I told him there's some problem in the vehicle. I can't send that vehicle now. It is to be attended to. So he was so much annoyed and all, but he couldn't help. Then we sent him in another vehicle. So he went, followed it. This vehicle was going because one doctor normally sent whenever like this goes, you ensure that a doctor also accompanies him up to the place and he comes back. So they had detailed a doctor. He was traveling in our vehicle. And since he was traveling, the doctor, he thought, he will have a trip now, why can't he take his wife? So his wife was also there in that vehicle. And en route while going to Mysore, they stopped somewhere to have some refreshment. And it so happened, Cariappa was passing through, he saw his vehicle. Someone is going with his family. Then he blasted me. I said, okay, no problem. It happened. But when he was in Bangalore, he used to feel lonely. He was alone. So he used to call me up. Since now I had associated with the vehicle and all those things, I was quite familiar with him. So he will ring up around about 11:30 like that. So I will say, good morning, sir, Colonel Neelakantappa here. Yes, Neelakantappa, why don't you come and spend some time with me? Have a cup of tea, coffee, or you can have a drink. I said, yes, sir, I'll come. What time? You tell me, sir. Okay, come at about 12:30 or 1 o'clock. You will give me time. After 10-15 minutes, he's forgotten that he has spoken to me, again he will ring up. So again the same conversation will go. So I never questioned him that you already told him and all those things. I could understand memory problems and all. Then whenever I used to go to him, he would give some literature which he has written, some article about youth discipline, this, that and all. He would ask me to get it printed and circulated to all the younger generation. I used to do it. Then while he was there, he had all his, and this used to take place frequently. Then he would tell me what all happened during the war, and then post-retirement also what all happened and everything. Then he had a few weapons, like some rifle, sword, pistol. So he wanted it to be presented to the police commissioner was there. He told him. So he requested me to mount it on a big plywood board, and then put it. He had his own emblem also. I put it presented by Field Marshal Maj General. I made that one and give it to him. So I had a lot of interaction with Karyappa. That's how I know him.
So it looks like you were quite close friends with Karyappa.
It so happened. This background I told you how.
So we have a couple of friends who wants to join Army or Navy or Air Force through either NDA or CDSE or other programs. So what would you like to tell them?
Oh, it's a wonderful life. Okay, at times you have to rough it out. Like I initially went, I was in Algara full of leeches. You go to bathroom and come out, there will be some leeches in your feet. Then you remove them and all, you put on socks, boots. And by about 10 o'clock you will feel something is moving in your feet. And you open it, you find that they would have got through the boot lace. Because that area was full of dampness. The clouds used to come from Algara, it would cross over to the other Chumbi Valley. So all the time the fog used to be there. That is an ideal weather for this leeches to survive. They are all in trees also. If you go through into the jungle, any forest inside, they will fall down and then quietly get into your feet and all these things. So one has to be careful. And then night particularly when you go to sleep, and if they have come crowded, then after biting it, it looks like a thread, you can't even make out when they are hungry, when they have not eaten anything. So the moment they suck blood, it will become almost a chalk size, that so much of blood. Because you can't even make out. Because they put some liquid sort of thing, so that the blood does not, the bite which takes place, you can't even make out. And then it doesn't coagulate and then heal immediately. It doesn't, whenever you have a cut, automatically it gets stopped. Is it not? Here, while sleeping, if it falls out and then it moves out, then you will be doing it, there will be a lot of bleeding will take place. Fortunately, nothing happened to me. And we are living in tents. And like that, there are some negative points, there are plus points also. When you are in peace station, you have all kinds of facilities. You want to play billiards, almost every officer's mess has got a billiard table. Then you've got swimming pools in almost every station, good swimming pools. Everywhere you have a squash court by and large, military stations, play squash. Then you have so many other sports facilities. Like in Sikkim, we've got a sailing facility. There's a sailing club there of the army. You can go. Any sport you want to indulge, plenty of opportunities are there. Similarly, mountaineering, you've got a mountaineering course, you can volunteer and go on high altitude warfare, because it's a very nice course where they'll teach you how to climb the mountains and all. Similarly, you've got winter warfare course where they'll teach you how to ski. So all at free of cost. See, the sports facilities, if someone enjoys, nothing like it. Initial, like field postings and all, it looks tough, but you get acclimatized and used to it. See, I lived in Poonch for 2 years. I was in a bunker. You get used to it. Infantry camps, they go, they picket, they're all living in bunkers throughout the year. Throughout the year they are living. Their tenure, suppose someone is posted to Poonch, there he will, that 2 to 3 years of stay will be in the bunker only, except when he comes out and leave. You understood? So everyone gets used to all these things. But it is not permanent. Like I went to initially Sikkim, Mizoram, all this. But the plus points are also there. There's a lot of this thing, brotherhood in the army. Like, I went to Bareilly, I was a bachelor. So it is the duty of every married officer to ensure that I don't have a breakfast or a lunch in the Sundays. So they make you feel that you are at home. You don't miss your mother, father, and brothers and all. So that was the duty of the senior officers. See? Like when I became a married man, so I would ensure that any bachelor is there, he is looked after. It's a culture which goes on. So it has got its own plus point. Even post-retirement, you still know everyone all over India, wherever they are there, you are in touch with them. So it has got its plus points also.
Sir, so now that we have come to the end of the episode, would you like to tell something to the listeners?
See, it is now more than 60 years I left the college. But we still have so much affinity for the college because the kind of environment in which we studied, the kind of faculties that we had, the principals, we still remember them very fondly. In fact, in our Golden Jubilee celebration, most of them were alive. They all came in 2012 when we had Golden Jubilee celebration. And unfortunately, more than 50% of them died in the last 10-12 years. Quite a few of them have passed away. Of course, they all would have been crossing about 90, 95 and all like that. Some of them are still alive. We are in touch with them. In the last few years, so many of them have passed away. But we had wonderful experience in the college. Like workshops, they used to teach us very nicely. Whether it is carpentry, smithy, foundry, everything. They were hard taskmaster and we learnt a lot. They were very good in teaching. So, these college memories, we have very good memories. And for the new people who are coming, see, you should, this is the place where you are going to make you a man later. You are not a man, you are a boy till you came to the college. Now, by the time you come out of it, you are the manhood is there, and it prepares you to be on your own. So they should take full advantage of it, and they should remember what the college has given to you. You should pay back in whatever way that you can put. Okay, that's what I think.
Okay, sir. So, thanks for joining us here today.